The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakar, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally, and today I have Aaron with me on the board. Thank you so much for doing the show on a Thanksgiving Day, and happy Thanksgiving to all our listeners today. And we're going to cover many topics, and we will be taking calls live in a few. And I think we already have some callers, but I'll give you the number to the studio is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. First, let us start with some news on immigration. So many news coming up right now. As you know, the President-elect Trump is going to take power on January 20th, and there's a lot of uncertainty going on and a lot of fear going on actually in the immigrant community. I'm going to try to address some of the issues as much as I can, but again, things might change as they go, because over the 1 week after the election, there has been some shift on the words from President-elect Trump, and we want to know exactly where we stand, but there is no real exact answer at this point. But we can only kind of guess what will happen. Number one, one thing which is very kind of troubling for a lot of people. On his address, which he made through, I think, YouTube or his own video, he mentioned the fact that he's going to crack down on working visas. He didn't mention anything about what we call undocumented immigrants and things like that, but he focused on working visas. And we are expecting, according to many experts and even an article on Politico, that there will be a crackdown on H-1B, L-1 visa, you name it, all those visas where he thinks that they are taking jobs from American workers, there will be a crackdown. But in the meantime, until we have final information, we won't be kind of give you exact what will happen. We can only guess, like I said. So anything I'm going to tell you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. We should contact an attorney if you have any question. Aaron, I think we have one caller, right? Let me take the caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Hello?
Shah.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Shah.
Go ahead.
Thank
Hi.
you for your Immigration Law Show.
Oh, thank you
Hi.
so much for listening.
Thank you for your
Hi.
Immigration Law Show.
Thank you,
it
sir.
is
Thank
helping
you.
many people by providing information.
Oh, thank you so much
So,
for your kind
my question is about family-based green card.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for the FQA category for upcoming few months? Because it is moving very slowly. Is there any possibility that the priority date to move for that so much in the upcoming months?
Okay, that's a very good question. First of all, a lot of people when asking me, I've been so focused on employment base, I didn't really cover that. But what is happening right now, we are seeing a lot of good things coming from the White House from the last days of President Obama. So a lot of people are putting hope that there will be kind of a jump in family petitions. But I unfortunately I doubt it. There is hope. There might be some move, but President-elect Trump has not really attacked any of the family petitions, except he has said from certain countries he'll have vetting. He might block those countries, but at the end of the day, the movement might stay the same. It will move slow too. Unfortunately, I don't see big predictions unless President Obama decides suddenly to kind of update it. As for other visas, I'm going to discuss about that. But for family petitions, I think the move will stay the same for the next 1 year or two. There will be no great push. In fact, there might be a slower down once the government changes power. So I don't want to keep your hopes too much up because I don't think it will move. Maybe 1 month at a time, and that's the best we can predict at this point. So sorry for that. Okay. Okay. So
Okay, thank you.
good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the fear. And actually, now one of the things that we are pushing, we have a petition online on change.org asking President Obama for EB2 category and EB3 category to make it current, at least chart B current for everybody for next month because he still is in power and the chart B is pretty much a new chart. If they can put that in place, that means everybody who have filed for a labor certification have an I-140 will be able to file at least the adjustment of status and get an EAD. That's what we are pushing, and the petition is online. I'm hoping they're hearing us, and we already got in 1 day we got almost 3,000 signatures. We need more signatures. If you go online, if you type make EB category current for January 2017, it will probably appear there, or go on my website attorneyonair.com and you will see the link there. Please sign it, sign that petition, pass it to your friends and share it on Facebook, on social media, everything. If we can change that one, we can save a lot of people because things are going to really unfold really fast after that. And I cannot really guarantee or promise anybody they will be kind of safe in terms of immigration. One of the things that is happening to a lot of immigration lawyers, especially those working with undocumented workers, I don't do a lot of those kind of cases, but a lot of my friends are calling. A lot of people are actually living in fear. Well, not a lot, but most of them, even people who are citizens, are living in fear. So just to tell people, there's no reason to really live in fear. Things are going to unfold really fast, but that doesn't mean there are not no laws out there to protect you. So you should rely on the law. The Constitution is still the highest law of the land. So you need to still call to still have faith in that system, and hopefully those are not going to be abandoning us because if anything is unconstitutional, there are a lot of organizations who are getting ready, which are getting ready to fight those. Having said that, now there are a lot of things that was passed under the power of the president, like I mentioned, the executive powers or the executive actions. Those can be reversed to other executive actions, and those include things like STEM OPT, like H4EAD, and things like that. But even that, he might have to go to a system to reverse them. So we might see maybe it will take 1 year or so to reverse some, and if there are in a fight on it, we might see some kind of reversal of his decision. But one thing which kind of caught the attention of everybody because it was a shock, everybody were thinking there will be focus on what he called illegal immigration, but it seems he turned his focus from there to legal immigration, and that's kind of both sides are unfair, by the way, because I don't think we can deport so many people, but at the same time, it's going to be hard, especially for consulting companies like the big ones, like I don't want to mention the names, but they are going to get really basically scrutinized really in details, which a lot of people have asked for, but at the same time, a lot of people lives depend on them. So to he has not he might change his mind again in another week because as we go we are seeing him change his mind, for example on the persecuting Hillary Clinton, etc. Now another push which is coming, there is a recount coming on by the independent liberal the person who put up Jill Einstein, she's filing for a recount in 3 states, and if that changes the outcome, there will be some kind of really big things happening in the near future. So get ready for that too. So a lot of things are happening, and it's very hard. as I said, for an immigration lawyer to really cover all the topics. But now going back, like I said, you can still call now, 408 if you have any questions on immigration, whether adjustment of status, employment base, you name it, please give us a call. One of the things that we are really encouraging people to do if they are green card holders is to file for their citizenship. I've been saying that for a while, but now more than ever, it is important to file for your citizenship. There are many reasons for that. Number one, you have a lot of advantage of being a U.S. citizen. It's very hard to take someone's U.S. citizen away. It has to be done through federal court. Number two, having U.S. citizenship will give you a lot more protections in this country than any time before. So if you are eligible for citizenship, I highly recommend that you file it. If you need help, give us a call at the office, 510-742-5887. By the way, we're not open till Monday because it's Thanksgiving weekend and we have extra Friday for our team. So we'll be back on Monday on track, but you can leave a message or we'll call you back or email us. So now the other thing that I wanted to discuss is what can we expect based on the information we are getting. There are a lot of news out there. The entire week we are hearing immigration, and people don't really kind of know what is happening. And some people are living in fear, others are living in hope, or both. So the question is what will affect the decisions of immigration? And I saw a beautiful article actually by a person on an immigration lawyer from Harvard Law School. He wrote an article called the fourth apocalypse of immigration. For those who don't know, what it is, it's basically if you look at the Bible, they have those horses of apocalypse that come, and it's for the end of the days. But he uses that comparison to kind of look what will happen to the future of immigration, because what he did, he kind of look at the cabinet of the government. If you look at things from the government perspective, the cabinet, who have been chosen in the cabinet, things are kind of scary, unfortunately, because many of those guys who have been chosen are anti-immigration. Four of them are really, really anti-immigration on all the grounds, including people like Bannon, Koback, and also Flynn, and also there are four people actually, and I'm not remembering all the names. But the truth is that yes, there is a chance that we are going to see more anti-immigration legislation that we will ever see before, that we have ever seen, even under Bush, which I practiced law, by the way, under the Bush administration. And yeah, it was tough, but it was not that difficult because we were fighting pretty much one or two people who were anti-immigration. President Bush himself was not anti-immigration. In fact, he tried his best to help. And now we are talking about something very, very different, including ultimately the Supreme Court. If we get someone on the Supreme Court who upholds all those rules against immigration, we're going to have a kind of really some kind of de-immigration policies that is going to happen in the next 4 years to come under President Trump, unless we have some change, which I doubt will come soon in positive ways, because all the four people that I mentioned, well, I didn't mention all of them, but those four people in the cabinet who are really including the Attorney General pick, if they are the same, will really kind of change the nature of immigration. In fact, some people are even saying that there might be a complete ban on immigration for a while, but I don't believe there will be a complete ban. But what I think there will be really number one, they will kind of, first of all, they will close the gate, as we call it, for many who are coming in the future. Number two, I think they will be cracking down on many, especially those who are trying to use the system in a wrong way, which is kind of unfair, because using the system in a wrong way, that means it kind of take advantage of people who are really using it the right way. And that's why the caller, when he was calling in the morning saying for family petitions, the waiting time, those are the right way. This is what President-elect Trump said. People are waiting on the line. He might actually, in return, make people who are waiting in the line go faster. So that's a hope that we are having, because people who are waiting on the in the line are stuck, especially if you look for India, China, and some other countries like Mexico. Those people are waiting in the line in the right way to file for their immigration, and they have been waiting for years. So those people might get a chance under him. This is what he's saying. But at the end of the day, things are going to be tough, and we need to be strong and need able to find solutions for our clients. And many immigration lawyers are suffering from the same problem because we don't have enough information. We can only guess. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are so many things that we can actually talk about on a pretty much on a regular basis. I've been saying it, and I've been changing actually 3 shows. I think 2 or 3 shows I've done since the election, and all of them, unfortunately, every time I come, it's a different thing that we are seeing, because the same thing is happening also for the media. People are pretty much hanging out there, hoping to get some words of hope, and suddenly they get one word of hope, but they get 2 words of fear. So it's really kind of in a very difficult situation right now. Having said that, a lot of people are having hope things are not going to be as bad as it seems, but we will have to wait and see. I don't think personally President Trump really wants to go after immigrants. The problem is just the system and the people who are going to be forming the cabinet. They might have more interest in going after the system, and as such, it will cause a bunch of issues that we will have to deal with in the future. So I know today is Thanksgiving. We will not be getting a lot of callers, so I'm going to take advantage to talk about different topics as we go. And for those who want to call, you have any questions, you can call at 408 912 5565. 408 912 5565. And also, we are going to cover, of course, the topic of debt settlement, because the economy also is going to kind of going upside down. Where even though we are seeing a lot of increase in terms of the market, people are still in fear, and that might cause some kind of issues on the house market. So I'm going to talk about that, and a lot of people are actually contacting us to do what we call second loan debt settlement, and many banks are actually, they themselves are kind of uncertain, so they are doing the settlement on second mortgages for those who have not paid their debts, even if they have equity. But that doesn't apply to everybody. So give us a call, and the thing is just like, we want to know that whether things are going to change, and we will know. Actually, we will know soon once the cabinet is formed, once the policies are laid out. There will be some plans to follow it. But personally, I will not be surprised that there will be some kind of tsunami falling onto the immigration, and I might be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. So let me take a quick break. So because today we didn't have many callers, I'm going to cover topics by topic. I don't know if I have any caller right now. If I don't have any caller, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back after. Oh, I have one caller. Let me take the caller, and then we'll continue. This is Shah Peerally.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Shah Peerally. Can I talk to him?
Yeah, this is he. You're live on air.
Okay. Okay, yes. Then I'll switch off the radio first. So just
no
give
problem.
Me one
Go
minute.
ahead.
Because I don't want to keep that background.
Yes, please.
So actually the question is related to my nephew. Actually, he was in LA, and he was working with his wife. They got the green card September 2014. After that, this June month, 2016 June, they both went back because she was not conceiving the baby, and here doctor said that she has a thyroid. So she started taking treatment in India. They both are there in India, and now her treatment is still going on because they said that if she has been treated for the thyroid, then she can conceive the baby. So right now, to retain her green card, what she needs to do?
When did she leave?
She left 8th June 2016.
Yeah, they should have gotten a re-entry permit to retain the green card. But usually, when you have extraordinary circumstances like that, they might allow you up to 1 year to stay outside. They might. I'm not saying they will. So the best is to have them come back as soon as possible, or at least one of them, and come back as soon as possible. File the re-entry permit, do the fingerprint, which takes around 3 weeks, and then leave again. Because otherwise, I know for a fact that if you're not well and you can prove and things like that, treatment, you might get a chance that they will not take away your green card or ask you to give up on the green card. But there's no guarantee on that. The best guarantee is to come here, get that re-entry permit file, and then they can go back for 2 years. They don't have to come back. So that's the best advice I can give you at this point. So because there's no way you can really preserve the green card from there. It's a case by case basis. Okay.
Okay, and one thing. So if she comes right now, I'm asking her that can you come? The doctor allowed her to go by for 15 days. So if she comes right now, 15 days, if she stays here, whether they will allow her to complete that re-entry form and she can go back in within 15 days?
Yeah, it's only the fingerprint that needs to be done. If you file, let's say she enters on Monday, you file it on Monday. Like 2 weeks later, you will get a fingerprint. The day the fingerprint is done, she can take the plane. It's only the fingerprint that needs to be done. And you don't even have to wait for the approval, and then you can send the paperwork to them there, okay? Let me know if you need help once she comes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. 510-742-5887. The number to the studio, 408-912-5565. I think I have another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much.
You're
So
welcome.
I have a question regarding the latest rule which came on November 18th. Can you please little bit explain on the main benefits of those new rules?
I forgot to mention that because I think it's not going to hold too long. Yeah, there is this rule that everybody is talking about. It's there now. The famous what people wanted to have is EAD I-140 EAD, but they didn't really get the I-140 EAD. They amended that part. Number one, for according to that rule, which is going to become effective on January 17th, 2017. This is again an executive action. People who now, like before, number one, people didn't have a grace period. Once you lose your H-1B, you had to change status quickly before the status goes away, and ultimately, if you miss that, you have to do consular processing. But now with this rule, you have 60 days of grace period to change your job, a bit like student visa. That's number one. Number two, EAD might be provided in cases where people have reached 6 years on H-1B and having some issues to get new H-1B. They might give that an EAD. It's a case-by-case basis, kind of. And number three, things that we are seeing on that is there will be some grace period also on some other visas, like 10 days on TN visas, etc. I have not really dissected it on purpose because the truth is that this law might go away a few days later. That's why I don't want to really give hope to people, because this is another executive action, and that is one thing that really Trump is really kind of targeting, because he said that these are unlawful things that President Obama did, according to him, but he still passed it as a matter of good faith, and we might still see it become law and people enjoying it for a while, but it's not something people can rely too much on, because the problem is that this is again one of those executive kind of actions from President Obama. But these are the main key points on that. I am going to cover it a little bit more details probably next week when I finish kind of summarizing it. But the main one that we are kind of paying attention to is that grace period. Oh, another one is important is the I-140 after 6 months will not be revocable by a company. If an I-140 is obtained in good faith. Like many people they get punished because their companies revoke their I-140. What happens is that as from January 17th, when the law takes effect, they will not be able to revoke your I-140 once you pass 6 months with them. But that doesn't mean you can use that I-140 to get a green card. You can only use it to basically transfer the priority date and also use it to do extension on your H-1B. But if you move to another company, you still have to file a new I-140. But this is pretty much the main ones, the four main ones that I kind of focused on. There are more things. I'm going to go over it in details probably next week, because this week is a Thanksgiving week. I didn't kind of dissect it, but I'm going to try my best to dissect it. But yeah, this law is there now. Is becoming law on January 17th. But again, like I said, we unfortunately it came a little bit too late. I wish it had come a little bit earlier. There might be chances that this will be repealed as soon. It will not even have time to really mature. It will kind of go away. So don't count on it too much. And until January 17th, it's still not law, so you cannot count on it until then. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, one small question on that. So what is the exact meaning of having a EAD on I-140? Does that mean that if someone loses a job, he does not have to? He can stay here without leaving the country. Does that mean?
Yeah, kind of. What you will
do? Still change the company with I-140. So what is the benefit of having EAD on I-140?
The benefit is not great because it's temporary. What you will do, it will kind of allow you not to accrue unlawful presence and take jobs here and there, not really related to H-1B, until you get a good job on H-1B. But they have not really put an exact news how this will work, because it's a case-by-case basis. So they can refuse it to whoever they want. They can give it to whoever they want. The only advantage, you won't accrue unlawful presence. But ultimately, if you want to go back on H-1B, I'm assuming that you will have to actually do consular processing, because the EAD will be just on a what we call kind of in a deferred action situation. That means you're not in status, but you are in a period of stay. So it will help a little bit, at least for people to get back on their feet until, for example, let's say you lost a good job and you're not getting that kind of good job. You get an EAD, you get a smaller job, you can use that EAD until you find that good job. But the question is that they have not put a big limitations. They have not put a lot of leeway in there. Probably they will give it up to 1 year maximum, maybe, but they might give it for longer. But again, this is the problem that we are facing. This is not something that will hold forever, because once Trump takes power, he already said he will reverse all those kind of stuff. And it's kind of sad that he's doing that now. What they should have done is give everybody an ability to file adjustment of status and get the EAD to adjustment of status. But at the end of the day, we don't really know how this one will work. That's EAD for I-140, because they say they will consider it if someone is under AC-21 past 6 years and things like that. But they have not said it's not permanent. It's temporary. That's the problem. So once they give it, they can take it away once you get a job in your field and things like that. So how are they going to determine that? We don't know, and I doubt they will make an effort now to really determine it. Okay? Oh?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So sorry for that. I'm going to dissect it. I didn't want to dissect it. One reason for that is I didn't want to keep hopes too much up on this, because it came too last minute, and it will be 3 days before the inauguration of President Trump.
Yeah.
So we might see this go away, and it will hurt a lot of people if I tell, because a lot of people will hear only that you got it. They will forget that he is being taken away. That's why I didn't really talk a lot about it. Okay, but I will talk about it in more details. I'm thinking on the weekend to work on a summary on it. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So Aaron, I don't know if I have more callers right now, but this was a good question, because a lot of things are happening. On the immigration side, another thing is happening for UNNJ students. There's a class action that is being filed in federal court, asking a bunch of stuff from the federal court, including injunctions to reinstate people who are in UNNJ, and a lot of things. And I put the link there. on my website, attorneyonair.com. So for those who are from UNNJ, some hopes might be coming. But again, same thing. We don't know how this one is court. Is not really politics side, so it's court. So we'll have to wait for the court to decide if they will certify the class action. Then it will move forward. We've been talking about that for 1 year now. Hopefully, things are going to be in the favor of the people who are going to file it. So, having said that, now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about. We're going to take a quick break around, and then we will be back after those messages, and we will be talking a little bit more about immigration and issues that are really important to our community. Good luck to all of you. Keep listening. Don't go anywhere. We will be back after those messages. Thank you.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H-4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H-4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H-4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Peerally has been at the forefront of this fight for H-4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887. If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H1B visas, L1 visas, O visas, EB1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on air. So, this is live today. We are on November 24th, 2016. This is Attorney Shah Peerally speaking to you from KLOK 1170 AM, TZ 1170 AM. And we are covering the topics of immigration. We had so many questions and so many changes on immigration that I can hardly keep up myself. But we are trying our best to sort out the situation. You can still call. The lines are open. 408-912-5565. 408-912-5565. Like I mentioned earlier, there is a shadow of uncertainty kind of going all over the place right now, including people who are undocumented, people who are on working visas, even green card holders. And ultimately, of course, on many communities, including my own community, the Muslim community, there's a fear that is going on. Only thing we can tell you is that the law is still there. It has not changed so far. It's still pretty much in the favor of immigration. But what will happen in the next few coming years, we will see basically a withdrawal from that kind of perspective. Things are going to look for those who have practiced immigration law like me for years under the Bush administration and the Obama administration, there are different perspectives. And if we compare the perspective after September 11, there was already a crackdown, of course, on immigration, including something called a special registration, which I'm going to talk about a little bit here. And that's kind of causing the fear of the century, especially if you see those articles coming from many mainstream medias of the letter which Koback was carrying in his hand, the person who's going to be nominated probably for the DHS, head of DHS. And he basically is advocating for putting back this rule. But this rule is very unfair and very, very kind of oppressive, and it's really going to be something which we don't want to happen. Number two, also they might criminalize overstay, which is something that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But let me take a caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, hi Shah.
Hi.
Hi, this is Pujita. So
Hi, Pujita.
I have a quick question about green card processing. So we submitted our I-485 on, like it received USS on July 28th, but from August 1st to August 1st onwards, EB1 went back to 2010, and it became current on October 1st. So
Yes.
it's almost 2 months since October 1st, so it's still showing fee received. That's all. We received our EAD cards, but still it's showing.
Is the I-140 approved?
Yeah, we applied for
Okay.
I-485.
So you should get your 45, your green card soon if there's no issue. You already did the medical and everything, right?
Yeah, we did everything, and we also received our EAD cards, but we mainly worried about we submitted the application and immediately the date went back. So
yeah, that's right. But yeah, you should get it soon, because I had a situation exactly like that, and the person was getting desperate. But then after 90 days, he got his green card. So I think you in another 30 days. It's been 60 days, right? You say?
Yeah, like from October 1st, I'm saying.
Yeah, so probably in 30 days more. But you should, hopefully, God willing, you should be getting your green card. unless there is some kind of security issue that they are holding back. It's just they have not enough people to work on them. But right now, for my a lot of things are getting approved really fast because they want to really clear things out so that the new administration takes over. So just watch out for another 30 days. You should get your green card. And just to let you know, I don't think EB1 are going to really get affected right now because those are visas that are really clean and they won't touch those even under the Trump administration, from my perspective. But so just hang on there. You should be fine. Within 90 days, most people are getting it. So if you don't get anything within the next another 30 days, you need to call immigration, do a follow-up, and check what is happening. Okay?
Okay. And one more question. Like currently, the status shows our case status. It is we received. So is that is expected? Like, or which status? Like, how frequently? Like, what are the status changes?
They have different wordings, but what you're going to see next is either if there's nothing, that means they're doing security check, which is something you can't really control because it's not really under the Department of Homeland Security. It's under the CIA, NSA, etc., FBI. They do the security check. But you will see the next step probably either they will have an RFE if they need more information, or you will see congratulations, welcome to America, or your green card production. So watch out for those and put an alert on it, and you should get an alert soon. But I'm pretty sure within 30 days or so you should get it because most of my clients got it within 90 days after the I-140 was approved. And we just got an EB-1A approved in 10 days actually, but they're still waiting for the green card, but the I-140 was approved. So just be patient a little bit. You should get it. But if you don't get anything within next 30 days, I would advise you to call them and try to be pushy a little bit. Okay?
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome. So I don't have more callers right now. We'll still be taking some more calls, 408-912-5565. And I'm encouraging people, if you have EB1 possibilities, take it because we don't know how the visa bulletin will be under the Trump administration. It might be good, it might be bad. A lot of people had hope that basically we will have a system where he will be fair to the employment base, and maybe kind of course, if he holds on to his other promises, it will be bad too. But at least for the employment base, it would have been fair. But now it seems like from his address 2 days ago, things are a little bit different now. We have to wait and see. But having said that, EB1 categories, I don't see any effect on the EB1. I think EB1 is the one that they really want people to be in. So if you can get an EB1, take your chance. See if you qualify also for national interest waivers where you don't need an employer and things like that. Take advantage of those. As for those who are now unlawfully present, is kind of sad, but I think there will be a crackdown. Now the question is how this is going to happen. Well, there are many ways it can happen, but at the end of the day, it will definitely happen. Now they are proposing also to criminalize overstay. For example, let's say someone come and they visit a visa and they overstayed, and in the past, even you overstay if you marry a U.S. citizen, or you get a U visa, or you get an asylum, or a basically withholding, you could kind of get forgiven on those issues. But if they criminalize that means it's going to be a crime to even be in the United States illegally, which kind of quote unquote it is already under the law, but it's not really enforced. So now the question is, are they going to forgive those? And if this law passes, it will become illegal kind of to be in the United States illegally. That's why the word illegal for us lawyers doesn't really make sense. We call it undocumented, but now they're going to make it truthfully kind of illegal. So that one is something to watch out for. The other thing that I get a lot is people who are undocumented, what they should do, what are we supposed to do? For one, I'm not advising anybody to file DACA right now because it's not worth it. And plus, the DACA problem is all the names and data is going to be in the database, and it might be used against them. So one thing which we recommend people not to do. Luckily, we don't have many of those, but for those who are listening on DACA, be careful. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So I had a question. So my name is Aditya. I work in a national lab in San Francisco, and I was wondering, what is the most likely executive action to be revoked slash change with the new administration? Would it be the H4EAD change, or would it be the STEM 24-month extension? I was wondering what.
Oh, that's a very good question. Actually, I'm trying to figure out the answers too, but because there are two kinds of executive. There's one which is direct executive action, like the one it was done in DACA. It didn't even go under the rule-making process. That one, most lawyers are saying 99% it will go because it affects 750,000 people, almost a million people. Number two, there are other executive action like prosecutorial discretion, which is not a big deal, but because it's just kind of give a right to the attorney who is prosecuting you, prosecuting you to basically kind of not agree to take your case out of court. Those are going to be priorities. Now, as for the H4EAD, it is an executive action, but it's not really an executive action because it went through the rulemaking process. So one of the things I've been researching is because, hey, I'm not an expert in the rulemaking process, but we have used it a lot. And H4EAD is kind of something very close to my heart because I fought a lot for it. One of the things a lot of people are saying, he has to go through the same process to reverse it. So if that's the case, that means we're talking around 1 year to reverse it or so. So that will give time to people to shift or get into something else. Now, this is how it's probably going to unfold. But since they are under executive action, they are going to be the easy fruits to target. There's no question about it. But I think the order will be like that. DACA and DAPA, of course, is not even there. Then the second one will be all the small prosecutorial discretion action. And also next will be the one that went through the rulemaking process, a bit like H4EAD. Now, STEM OPT is something that a lot of people are asking about. The STEM OPT recently went through the rulemaking process. The original STEM OPT was not, but the second one went to the rulemaking process. So it might take some time to take it away. But ultimately, if they get their way, it will be taken away because these will be the priorities of the government. So hopefully, by the time they get it out, government change or something happens, some miracle, it won't go away. But we need to be ready for that. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much for your answer.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good question because I've been kind of hitting my head to know really which one will go first. And this is the analysis I came up with. And so far, I've been getting it pretty much right, unfortunately. So I will recommend if you have some kind of other visas you can shift to, be ready for that. Don't need to shift yet. Still, you can take advantage of all those, including that new rule, EB1 new EB rules that came out. Hopefully, the grace period, the revocation of the I-140, I-140 EAD, etc. Some people can take advantage of it, but you should not rely on it too much. So right now we don't have much time to go, so I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about debt settlement because economy too is acting weird. We've seen a rush on the market, increasing the dollar prices, etc. But at the same time, we saw an increase in rate of interest, which is going to cause some issues on the house market. Hopefully not big issues in the Bay Area, but people who have second mortgages on their house, a lot of banks now are trying to soften their tone and give deals to them. And not on every cases, so even people who have equity, they are trying to settle if they were not paying on time on their loans. So give us a call if you need help to settle your second mortgage at 510-742-5887. The website to check, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. We can also help you with credit cards, loans, and other debts that can actually help you to get back on your feet. Hopefully more jobs will be created under the new administration. People are going to be better. But for immigrants, things are going to be tough. There is no way out of this. A lot of people, unfortunately, who are going to be have the potential of, if they get deported or placed on deportation, they might start getting worried and not pay on their house and things like that. So be worried about that. And if you need help, I'm saying not be worried, but you need to be ready about that. But at the same time, a deportation process takes a long time, and by that time it's done with the shortage of judges on the courts. We might see basically a case getting stuck for next 8 years to 9 years, and by that time hopefully things will change. But until then, you stay safe, especially in communities where you don't feel safe. The Muslim Sikh community and the communities where people perceive that they are the enemy. Unfortunately, they I need you to be safe. Be careful. Don't get involved into things that will get you in trouble. And at the same time, we are hoping that the government will come out, have some protections. I know the states are already doing that. Many states like California are planning to protect, like New York have new hate laws out, etc. But at the same time, you need to be cautious and also make sure that you understand the law now, rather than just taking chances. You need to be careful and decide if it is a good idea to stay or to go, things like that. And at this point, we have not seen anything which is clear enough to make a decision, but we will see the in the news. You yourself will see how things are unfolding. And again, everything I'm telling you today, ladies and gentlemen, is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. We can help you with your citizenship. If you are going, you need get in on your citizenship as soon as possible. If you're eligible for it, the number is 510-742-5887, attorneyonair.com. If you have debts, second mortgages, credit cards, you name it, give us a call, 510-742-5887. The website is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. I say happy Thanksgiving to all. And to summarize, today we have some news on the new rules on EB, which are not great, but it's on my website. Also UNNJ class actions, and also there will be get ready for some crackdown on when it comes to H1B, etc. So be careful on that. And for companies which are doing H1B, you need to be compliant to the letter on everything. Make sure of that. So I wish you good luck. I'll be back next Thursday from 10 to 11, and on Friday night this show will be repeating itself from midnight to 1 a.m. And also, again, if you need help, 510-742-5887, and check all our website, including our blog, immigrationlegalblog.com. And not to forget, I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law. Please subscribe to it. I give updates almost on a daily basis in there. Good luck to you. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next Thursday. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, KLOK 1170 AM. And next week, I think it will be Franco on the board. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.